All right, good evening, everybody. Here live, we have a great event coming up for you tonight. It's virtual hockey, RPI and Union. A bit of a virtual contest here, thanks to EA Sports Hockey. We have Jake Morello, we have Nick Bowman, Coach Dave Smith, and of course the RPI Pep Band here on RPI TV. It's going to be fun. Hope the Engineers can come away with a win first and foremost, but ultimately just here to have some fun, get some cheers in, get the band going. There's the whole crew. As you can see, Morello there, Nick, and Coach Smith. Guys, what are you most excited for before we throw it to the band here and get this thing started?
An RPI win.
RPI win. Morello?
Yeah, it's exciting to see the guys on the ice.
Coach Smith, what do you want to see from these guys tonight?
Oh, fast-paced action, blood, sweat, and tears.
Awesome. Well, say no more. We'll go send it to the Pep Band to get things started with their pregame festivities. Load this thing up. The guys have done a great job loading both teams into EA Sports Hockey. Great look at what the next Houston Fieldhouse is going to look like, I'm sure. Guys are on the ice in white. Look there at Darian Hansen. Lindo just recently nominated for Student Athlete of the Year in ECAC Hockey. Looks to start between the pipes. Darian Hansen there. Should be a good one here. Looks a lot like the TU, actually. And here we go, we're underway. Big, huge hit from Chase Zeke right off the bat, so you know he's fired up, and an early stoppage there on a stop by Marshall. You don't see Zeke throwing his weight around like that, do you, Jake, too much?
Yeah, it's great to see in a big game like we have here. It's good to see him get going early.
All right. And we have a defensive draw win. That was big for the Engineers this year. Face-offs overall, or last year I should say, is Engineers were able to pick up their face-off winning ways. Back comes Anthony Rinaldi. Another stop there. A couple early shots there for Union. What goes on the bench, Jake, when the other team has a good start on you guys? You know, both teams are trying to get out to a good start, but the other team gets a couple early shots. What's kind of the chatter on the bench like?
Yeah, just taking it one shift at a time, just getting into the game, getting some pucks in deep and work hard on the forecheck, and we'll just get the legs going from there.
Will Riley, now with the Pittsburgh Penguins, I have to head to defensive partner Corey Babachuk. Engineers have to kind of recycle back at center. It's Riley again. Neutral zone turnover. See what Union can do with it. Another glove stop by Marshall. He'd get another whistle. Engineers reeling here a little bit virtually. Jake, you as one of the leaders on the team, what are you saying to some of the guys here in this case?
Yeah, I just think keep it simple. The game, just getting underway. Just keep it simple. Make one play at a time, and we'll get rolling from there.
Dave's here as well. Dave, what are you saying to these guys right now? Kind of stuck in your own end a little bit.
Well, at this point, you just want to let them find their way, but sometimes they need a reminder to, hey, let's pick up our intensity. Let's have a simple victory here.
Well, it worked because Tour Linden finds the back of the net off a rebound. We got another look at that here. Wound up for a slapper, got it back and stuck it past Hansen. So kind of against the run of play, but the Engineers score first. Big shot there, Jake, huh? The Tour kind of picked up his scoring last season as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's a big goal early from Tor. Working hard off his own shot and burying the rebound.
Look at Tour Linden right there. Engineers with a 1-0 lead. Exactly 2 minutes in to the first period. Now, Union on the attack. Another nice save. NHL draft choice and big right D-man for the Engineers there is Patrick Polino playing a little pro hockey now with a shot. That's Kjellberg, and then back out to center come the Dutchman. RPI with a early 1-0 lead. Good defensive back check there for Tour Linden. They've got him pretty well figured out, the guys who programmed this game. Here's Mason Klee in the corner. Lost it there. Got the get back on D. So RPI has the lead now, and Jake, I want to get to some of these questions we have for you. As the nice play by Tristan Ashbrook in the slot. Turn it back the other direction. What kind of made you want to become a grad assistant? I know this season didn't go this year, but what kind of went into that decision for you, Jake?
Yeah, I think just a big thing was staying involved with the game, with hockey in general, and RPI is a special place that I spent my 4 years playing at. So I think it was just a great fit, really, for this year. So it's
And what has been your, I guess, semester like? I know it's been tough in year now. Just doing the school thing, trying to stay in shape though. What's that been like for you?
Yeah, it's been obviously unprecedented. It's been thrown around a lot for everyone, but it's been good. It's been a different year, but handling school and stuff like that without hockey has been different from being an athlete. But it's a good year. Not a good year, I shouldn't say that actually, but
you just took a penalty, so I don't know. It couldn't be too great. You just took a tripping call. There he is.
Oof.
So Jake's in the box. We're talking about the penalty box. Good thing we've got him kind of mic'd up here. But
yeah.
Come on, boys. Big kill needed here. Jake's one of our big killers. Come on, boys.
Yeah, Coach. Yeah, you're pepping him up there. This is the first penalty kill of the game.
Well, it's a massive moment, and Jake's a key penalty killer, and he's played so well. We got to pick up our pace a little bit and come out of this penalty kill with some momentum.
Nice save there, shorthanded. Brady Ferner out of Dakota Dunes, South Dakota, with a chance to flip it all the way down the ice, and he does it again. Jake, what about being on the PK did you like? I guess, obviously, I think guys who really like the game like being on the penalty kill. Is that true?
Yeah, I think it's definitely just a big spot. It's a momentum spot. If we get a clear or get a kill, everyone's pumped up, block shots, get clears and stuff. So it's just big to get that kill and get the guys going.
What's the kind of theory there? You obviously want to clear it all the way down, but if you're that lone forward up ice, are you just trying to cause problems there? So you see guys kind of pin the puck against the boards or just trying to throw it to the opposite corner, just trying to waste time? Is that what you guys are trying to do up there?
Yeah, if you can get a first touch or disrupt at any chance, we'll definitely like to do that. But if not, just get set up in the PK.
Oh, and Jack Adams ties the game on the breakaway. 1-1, 13:41 to go in the first period. So Union evens things up, and Lindo's having a good period up until that point. Man, not a lot of nice saves, but you give one up there. Looks like a packed house there. Can't wait till there's a packed house again at an RPI Union game. But we're just starting to see fans trickle back into arenas, Jake. It's got to be good to see as a sports fan, not just as a player.
Oh, absolutely. As society just slowly returns to normalcy at the right pace, it's definitely exciting to see.
So look at the Adams goal there, a 1-1 game. And what have you been able to get on any runs? I know it's kind of cold out in the winter, but you able to get to the gym at all? Like, what's your kind of workout setup like right now?
Yeah, so just kind of with COVID and the pandemic and everything, we kind of have a home gym going.
As Mason Klee will step up and score 2-1. Yeah, go ahead and finish that thought about the gym. Mason getting into the act. You gotta love that on the big stage.
Absolutely, it's a big goal for Mason. But yeah, as the weather gets nicer here, try and get outside, maybe go for a jog or two. It's always good.
Hansen getting beat 5-hole there. 2-1 RPI. It's a good answer, right? You always want to get that goal back almost right away, and the Engineers are able to do that.
Yeah, it's quick one.
Of course, you have benches on the same side of the ice. You wouldn't find it at the field house, of course, but the pro rinks have it that way. Do you care at all in that kind of situation, or not really?
Personally, I don't really have much of a preference. I know, I just remember Will Riley talking a lot about it, how there would never be a rink like that. He blames America for that.
How many Olympic-sized rinks did you play on as a player?
Actually, growing up in Albany, the Albany County rink at the airport was Olympic sheet my entire life, and I think recently until the Devils used it as a practice rink when they were in town. it got changed to an NHL size. But grew up playing on the Olympic sheet most of my childhood.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So RPI here with a 2-1 lead. We're nearing the halfway point of the first period. We're expecting to see a lot of scoring tonight. Both of these teams have been off the ice for a while, even digitally, as the Dutchman on the attacker. Good little bit of passing here into the circle. Esti's going to walk his way in. Good glove stop there. Oh, trip coming up here as Riley's taken down. Mike Gornall going to drive the net anyway. All the way in, trying to find Zeke. That's off the mark. There's a touch of the puck, and RPI going on the power play for the first time. Dave, what are you telling the guys here? We're already with a 2-1 lead. You're going on your first power play.
Well, we just given up a great chance, and we got fortunate that they took a penalty, so let's make sure we're going step by step here and take care of the puck.
Power play unit out for the Engineers. Patrick Polino going to center this line, as it'll be Tour Linden back to the point. Morello getting a chance to play at that left point on this power play. Gotta love that, Jake, huh? We'll give you a chance to play the point.
Absolutely. Anybody get out there.
Power play and PK for Jake. He's gonna push 22 minutes in this game, looks like here. Face off in the Union end. Still a minute 47 on the power play. Good win. Kjellberg got knocked down. Union trying to clear. Puck's underneath somebody. Oh, somebody's hurt. You don't like to see that.
I think Kjellberg's down.
Yeah, Simon's down. That's not good. Can we get a touch of the puck here? Usually in college ranks, we kind of blow this one dead here, but there we get a touch. Not good, Simon. So you're down. You don't like to see this ever, Coach Smith, but when you're down, it happens in games every once in a while where you're down a player. What's it mean for the other guys in that situation? Whether it's a D-man, you're down to 5D, or sometimes you would dress a 7D, so you wouldn't really have that problem.
Yeah, I think guys just have to step up and understand what we're doing. Guys that, example, play the power play a lot, we try to make sure they get some reps in practice so that they are ready. And at the end of the day, they have to just go out and be a hockey player. And certain personalities are ready to tackle that, and other ones need more information.
So no Simon Kjellberg. Well, we don't know how long he's out, but we got to count on some other folks here. Tour Linden throwing it in front for Polino. Jam try no good. As they tie up behind the Union goal. Still a bit to go on this power play, but the Dutchmen clear all the way down. 2-1 Engineers. We're at the 10-minute mark of the first period. Tour Linden had RPI's first goal today. Picked up his scoring over the 2019-20 season. Good play into the zone and a shot and a save. We'll get a frozen puck here. What are you seeing from the Engineers here, Jake? You know, your virtual friends on the ice here.
Yeah, this game's got quite the pace to it. The guys are flying around, but the puck seems to be following Tor tonight. Tor and Polino, they're having a lot of chances and getting a lot of pucks on net.
That's awesome. Another clear for the Dutchman. That should just about do it for the power play. Engineers' special teams was a highlight of the 1920 season, and so far, no goals yet, but we'll see if they get any more chances here. Zeke to Zach Dubinsky, and it's turned away by Hansen. Now Sanda back for the Dutchman. Kind of a 3-on-3 as they hit the line. Sanda throws it across to Brierly. Now Ryan, shot by Schmidt, deflects off a skate. Sanda again, and we got a penalty coming up on the Engineers this time. It's going to be a hook. Who did they get is the question. It is
Babachuk.
It's Babachuk. Yeah, that is. Babachuk just threw his. No, you can't do that. Pretty blatant hook there, Jake from Corey.
Yeah, can't really get away with that one.
So power play time for Union. They're 1 for 1. They scored their only goal in the man advantage, although it was a breakaway. So a bit of a breakdown. You don't tend to see a lot of breakaways on power plays, but I digress here. 4 shots on that opening man advantage. They're trying to do it again. Seeger throws it behind the goal. It'll ring around. Morello picks it up, and a nice clearance there by Jake. Nice play there.
Yeah, looks good. Out of the box this time, which is good.
I don't get a chance to
clear, Jake.
Dave, I was going to say Dave and Jake and Nick's here as well. I don't get a chance to compliment a hockey player in the middle of a game when they make a play. So this is a new one for me, but I do like it. I wish I could get up the bench and tell you.
Barry, I do get a chance, and I should do it more.
Okay. So, we're all picking some stuff up here that we don't normally get to do here. We're seeing the whole ice. Coaches don't get to coach from 60 feet above the ice surface, and the players don't get to watch themselves in a bit of an out-of-body experience. So this is kind of new for everyone.
Big save by Lindo there. Come on, fellas. Like, PK's got to tighten up, but Lindo bailed us out.
Yeah. There's Hallbauer with a hit. Kind of takes himself out of the play there, but it's a trade-off you make. Maybe not necessarily in the PK. Do you like guys making neutral zone hits there, Coach? In
that situation, he stepped up and hit the guy, and the trailer picked up the puck and went in for a scoring chance. So I think we would play that a little more passively.
Just one of those plays that maybe the game might pick up differently than what your system is, right? The game says, I see a guy with the puck and he's half turned, I'm going to hit him into the wall, whereas your PK system says, let him come at you and you can try to win the puck off him another way.
Yeah, I don't know that the the system here that we're watching evaluates open ice and play away from the puck the same as our guys know. It is interesting, the pressure that is put on the puck carriers, but there's oftentimes, we say this as coaches, we can't joystick the players. We can't play for it.
Right. In this case, it's the only case he would be able to, but we're not doing that currently.
Yeah. I might have just overheard my wife yell at the referee.
RPI kills the penalty, so 1 for 2 on the kill tonight. 2-1 lead still, 5:31 to go. As we have Jake Morello, he's our kind of our first period guest color commentator. We had Nick coming up, who's also our Team Jeopardy champion. He wanted to make sure I got that clear. I'm sure I'll say it again. But Nick Bowman's here. He's coming up in the second period. We got Jake for the first, and we'll get to him again. Quick shot there, and really Tour has had his name all over this game. Look at him on the bench there, Jake.
Yeah, like I mentioned, the puck's just following him. He's definitely getting a lot of ice tonight too, so he's looking good.
Good little play there and a one-timer off the quick shot. I think that was Zeke, who's known for that quick release. Back comes Union. Oh, a big glove save. And now Burgess back for RPI. Todd Burgess on the wing finds Zeke shooting, and a stick save by Hansen. Coming up on 4 minutes to go, they score. And it is Zeke. Looked like his time was coming there. It's 3-1 Engineers. That's a classic Zeke shot there from the circle.
Yeah, the game knows him well. Zeke can definitely shoot the puck, and he got it right there, and he got it done.
Barely saw it come off his stick. It was so quick.
That's a play that Coach Mosier would take a lot of pride in. A high skill, going backwards in the slot, catch and release. I think Scott, I saw him practicing that one Monday morning.
Jake, before your period is done here, we got a couple more questions for you. RPI with a 3-1 lead here in the period. Let's see here. Now that you've graduated, what's your kind of day-to-day like, and what kind of maybe hobbies or stuff you've gotten into that you weren't able to do, didn't have time for as a student athlete and as a student athlete, both playing so much hockey as well?
Yeah, I think with school being remote, all my classes are remote and stuff like that. It's definitely different. It's being home all the time, which is so different than being at the rink for workouts in the morning and then at class and at the rink later in the day. So with all the downtime, sadly I haven't really got any new hobbies really at all. Just the same kind of stuff, doing homework, hanging out with some friends. So
you haven't had a ton of life besides being in hockey and being in a pandemic, so I think we can give you a break on that.
Yeah, I tried to pick up some golf this summer. Really enjoy it, just tough game. So
it is tough. No, I'm with you there. Yeah. You'll get better at it, probably better than me. So we'll get out sometime, I'm sure. Did you get a chance to play any pond hockey? It was cold enough for a bit there.
Yeah, I did not actually, which stinks. But there are a lot of spots around here. I know up in Saratoga Lake especially that there's a lot of pond hockey going on.
It's usually a tournament. Obviously, that didn't happen up in Saratoga. I played in it a few times. A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a big tournament, right? A lot of my friends play in that. Yeah.
They put, I don't know, maybe 50 rinks up.
Yeah, hopefully that can return next year. That'll be great.
Absolutely. A couple more for you. What was your most memorable experience as an RPI engineer hockey player?
My most memorable experience. I think that Mayor's Cup win this past year was great. That was something our senior class hadn't done, and that was awesome. But I think really our last game at Dartmouth, just in the room after, that was just what a feeling that was. Clinching the playoff or the home ice and stuff like that. That was special. That was great.
Yeah, that was a great weekend. Obviously, the last game I saw you play, because I had to go back for other work, was the Harvard game. But that was a big win too. I mean, just just being in that building for that, for me, was kind of what that season was all about. Was you guys just playing real good hockey, and obviously, like you said, making the postseason.
Yeah, that was an awesome game too. An awesome weekend, especially when we got up to Harvard and see all the RPI alum and the fan base that travels or is in Boston. Is great to see. It's energizing to play for.
All right, well, that's going to do it for the period. We're going to throw it over to the RPI Pep Band as RPI leads it 3-1 after one. You're watching RPI Hockey virtually on RPI TV. All right, RPI Pep Band. Hope to be able to hear them live and in arena sooner rather than later. But folks over there love their energy at all times, and especially when the alums come back and bring all that extra noise. It's a lot of fun. Football, hockey. I know they extend themselves to come to playoff lacrosse games and soccer games when they can. So a lot of fun. The RPI Pep Band with that. As I think we are ready for the second period. Nick Bowman's ready. I know we had to roll through that one there, and looks like we are ready to get going. 3-1 lead for the Engineers. Coach Smith is clapping up the guys, and Nick, who did win the Team Jeopardy Championship, but welcome to the broadcast, and looking for more from the Engineers. What kind of stood out from you from that first period that we saw?
Yeah, kind of like what Rello said. It seems like the puck was following Tor, and I know how hard he's been working, so it shows. Got a goal couple apples maybe, but that's a good game. We're winning, which is always nice, and just keep it up in this period.
As we're got Lindo in net here, we got Todd Burgess flying things up the boards here. Takes a bit of a hit, works it back to Mike Gornell, turns it over, and back comes the Dutchman trying to work around Will Riley, and they do. Parker Fu with a shot. That one's blocked. And flip back the other way. Mike Gornell off for Riley. You're a couple years with the Engineers. Nick, got a chance to play in some big games. Obviously, a couple of big goals. I mean, you scored a big goal against Cornell, their place. What's it been like, playing in all these different arenas that you've had a chance to play in your college career?
Yeah, it's pretty unique. Obviously, coming from juniors, there's a lot of rinks that are smaller. So I remember my freshman year, besides the field house, I think we went to Quinnipiac, and it was insane, obviously. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see all the different arenas, just how nice they are, but nothing really compares to the field house, in my opinion.
That's a good opinion to have. Nick, what activities, what have you been able to do to try and stay in shape during the pandemic? Had a chance to skate anywhere at all, or things like that?
Yeah. I have a pretty easy accessibility to the gym here, so staying in shape isn't really that difficult. I've been able to find some ice here and there. Obviously, with COVID, there's different restrictions everywhere, and one in Michigan is rinks kind of just reopened up. But I've been able to get on the ice a few times a week. Other than that, though, yeah, I mean, I've just started golfing because the weather got pretty nice out here, so I got my first round in the other day, which was nice.
All right. As Jack Adams into the zone for Union, he has the lone Dutchman goal. Nice play defensively there is Tristan Ashbrook. Across for Danny DeGrande. And now Brady Ferner. Morello for DeGrande. Tipped off his stick. And now Ashbrook to the corner. DeGrande sends it across. Defended well by Adams. And back come the Dutchman. We're about 4.5, getting close to 4.5 minutes into the second period. RPI with a 3-1 lead. We have Jake Morello in the first period. Nick Bowman's here. Coach Smith is as well. As when you have a 3-1 lead, we'll get to Coach here. Dave, when you have a 3-1 lead like this in the middle period, you obviously don't want to rest on your laurels, but how do you keep the team locked in a situation like this?
Most of these guys understand. I think my job mostly comes during the week, saying, hey, we've got to play the same way. Up a goal, down a goal. There's certain events in a game. Right now we've got a 2-goal lead, but it's such a fine line. The talent is so close. The systems everybody understands what the other team is trying to do. Often the team that just takes care of the puck and is a little bit hungrier or more hungry is the team that's successful. So, hey, let's stay hungry. Let's take care of the puck. Let's play in their zone, and let's keep it simple. And honestly, and as they show a picture of the Union coaches there, we're not doing a lot right now. It's a little bit of just changing lines, matching lines, and keeping guys on task. But we've spent so much time in practice and prep that these guys know what to do. They're elite athletes that are prepared for these moments.
Absolutely. We just saw Nick Bowman get it first shot on goal there. You must know you're on with me here, Nick. That was a nice shot. A little partial breakaway action.
Yeah, I was trying to get the guys that made my player in this game to boost my overall a little bit, see if I can get on the score sheet today, but it's a little late for that.
I was say work on those guys for next game. Maybe you'll be out there scoring hat tricks.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Campolito to Rinaldi. Rinaldi, a shot and a glove save. Marshall, he's been solid in net for these Engineers. And whether it's he or Savory, Nick, you guys obviously trust who pipes for you.
Yeah, we know that's a team game. Obviously, whoever's in net's big, but it's the 5 guys in front of them that really make it a whole team game there.
Here's Gornell across for Zeke. His shot goes wide. Never afraid to shoot the puck. And now Riley across for Babichuk. Zeke, Riley, look at this passing. And finally pried away. Of course, the Houston Fieldhouse fans will be asking someone to shoot the puck there. But Engineers have it here. Babichuk tried to walk Estes, and that's not totally unbelievable that he'd try something like that, but didn't pan out for him. Sanda, Harrison, backhand and a save. Another stop by Marshall. He likes to play it anyway. He says, let this thing run. Tour Linden up the wing, makes a move, lost it there. So 3-1 here, about 11.5 to go in the second. RPI, after Union came back and tied it at 1 and scored 2 in a row. And RPI's done a pretty good job staying out of the box. Nick, whether you're on the bench or on the ice, what are you kind of looking for? Are you trying to pick some things up when you're not on the ice, waiting for your next shift?
Yeah, I think you just kind of look at the flow of the game. Obviously as a forward, I'm probably watching the D a little bit more, seeing whether if they jump up in the play, if they're pinging or not. But other than that, I think you're just focused on yourself and just focus on your next shift and going out there and just doing what you can do.
Billy Jerry takes a penalty here, so the Engineers will try to kill for the third time. There's a puck hops off of Marshall, and they score another power play goal. This time it is Seeger, and it's 3-2. So RPI's penalty kill, which was so good in 1920, not so great here in the virtual world here in 2021, as Union's pulled it within a goal. But Nick, you still have the lead. What kind of comments are you making on the bench here to your teammates?
Yeah, I think we just gotta get back to what made us successful in the first part. Letting up a special teams goal is never good, but I think 5-on-5 we're taking it to them. So I think we're just kind of saying be smart, stay out of the box.
Shot here, right past Marshall. You can't blame him. He's made a number of good saves here in this one, but the lead has been cut to a single goal. Nick, how have you and your teammates stayed connected during this? Obviously, you're not in Troy, but how have you stayed connected to your teammates through this pandemic?
I think there's a variety of different ways. I think we started calling each other a whole lot more. I think we realized because there's about half of our team was on campus the first half, and obviously this semester no one's there. So I really think we're trying to take pride in staying in touch. So when we do see each other in August, it doesn't feel like we went such a long time without seeing each other. But yeah, we'll FaceTime each other, call each other, play video games, Snapchat, just all sorts of ways. Just you want to stay close with your brothers. You've been with them for so long. So yeah, I think just staying in touch is probably one of the most important things right now, especially during these times.
Awesome. What's been your favorite memory since the last time you stepped on the ice for the Engineers? Obviously, that last season was cut short. It was really too bad as well as you guys been playing, especially at the end of the year.
Yeah. I'd say my favorite memory, I think you alluded to it earlier, my freshman year against Cornell. I scored, but they were number 1 at the time, and we actually won in overtime. I think Todd Burgess scored.
Burgess scored.
I know, during that time we were kind of heating up too. We were winning a couple games, so when you go into Cornell and beat them in overtime, it was pretty neat to just see the crowd go silent. Just all you could hear is us cheering on the ice.
Yeah, I remember that. Remember that very well as well. There's another shot and a save by Marshall. You guys, no matter who it was, it seemed like you guys definitely brought your best game when you played the Cornells and the upper echelon teams in the league and outside the league as well. Is that something that you obviously you're representing the school and representing the team when you play anywhere, but what was it like playing some of the higher ranked teams, and even the trips where you go out and you maybe don't get the result you want, like at Western Michigan? Just what are those experiences like?
I think just the mantra that we've always kind of just said is we can beat anyone as we see someone fighting.
This is not allowed. Yeah. Shield your eyes, folks. Corey Babichuk is.
When we play those big teams, I think we just kind of say, they're good, but we're just as good. So I think our motivation is to go out there, because I think a lot of people probably assume what's going to happen, but I think that extra chip on our shoulder lets us go out there and play hard.
Well, see
Babichuk out.
Yeah, Babichuk knocked out a mellophone there, and then Schmidt kind of took him to task. But you're not going to see that in the college game. Just like I said, shield your eyes. He's not happy. That's going to be, I believe, just a matching. Let's be 5-on-5. Yeah, okay. Face-offs are 16-14 Engineers here in this second period. 7:10 to go win it. I have Nick Bowman here with me calling this second frame. We have Coach Smith coming up in the third. We had Jake Morello in the first period, and Morello, of course, now a grad assistant. We did not get to see him in action in that role, of course, with the 2020-2021 season not going down for the Engineers, but glad to have them here on this virtual game. As Zach Rinaldi going to work the puck out. He's all by himself. Hands it off to Kosak. Nice save by Marshall. And Riley is now digging it out for these Engineers. And Nick, being from Detroit, I'm sure you're a Red Wings fan. You're trying to turn some things around there. I'm sure you're at least able to watch more hockey right now. Is that the case?
Yeah, unfortunately, I've been able to watch the Wings more.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it hasn't been the best of years. But if I had to bet money, I'd say in the next couple of years we'll be in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Okay, that's a positive outlook that you like to see.
Yeah,
absolutely. So, but of course, it's not allowed.
No, of course not.
You said if.
Yeah, if.
Right. The biggest if. So Nick, what's your kind of day-to-day like? I know you obviously are still in school here, but what are you doing up in Michigan right now?
Yeah, just going to class every day. Most of my classes end around 2, so usually after class I'll just go work out. And most of my friends are home too, actually. So I have a little bit of a social life here. Obviously, there's not much to do with all the restrictions. But yeah, I mean, I just work out. When I can skate, I skate. Other than that, I'm just kind of laying low and just waiting for next season to come.
I hear you there. Engineers trying to get back in the lead. Chase Zeke has it knocked away. Hallbauer down low, no, and Vascolia going to pull it out of danger for Union. And now Robertson trying to work his way around Brady Ferner. Ferner does enough to dislodge the puck there, and a big hit by Lepinen. What's gotten in Autoville there, Nick?
I don't know. Somebody must have made him angry because we don't see that too often.
It's DeGrande down low trying to stick it in near post, and now Coleus. Smersrud comes out of room, finds Harrison. Speedy little winger there for the Dutchman to Robertson. A shot and a save, and they score. Now the Engineers find themselves down a goal. And so now all the way back comes Union. And Nick, there's still a long way to go. When you find yourself in a situation where you're down 1, what's the talk on the bench here?
I think you're just trying to calm everyone down. Obviously, they scored a couple goals in a row. Yeah, I think you just got to forget about it, move on from it. Obviously, there's a whole other period left. If you act like the game's over now, you won't be able to turn around. So I think you just got to have a blank page here and forget about all the mistakes and just move forward from it.
No, I know, Nick. You pride yourself on your shot and being able to get off a quick release and be accurate. Is there anything you did? I guess because I think anyone who has a real good shot in hockey does something off the ice. When you're able to kind of practice that and repetition and things like that. Is there a spot or in and around your house you're able to practice your shot?
Not in my house. No, at my gym there's a hockey net. So I'll just bring my stick and there's pucks there. So I'll shoot pucks every time I go to the gym. So yeah, I mean once you get all that repetition and just becomes muscle memory at that point.
When you were a kid, did you have somewhere you could shoot against your garage, or was it still was it all in training and practice?
Yeah, no. When I was little at my old house, I had a net. So yeah, when I was little, there wasn't a lot to do. So I would just go outside, stick handle, shoot with the green biscuit and all that. But yeah, when I was little, I had my house.
Did you have anyone to play with, whether it was roller hockey or hockey with in your neighborhood?
Yeah, my brother, who's 2 years older than me, he was actually a goalie. And so when I was younger and he was obviously better than me at the time, it would always make me really mad because I could never score on him. As the years went on, I surpassed him in that. But yeah, when I was little, I'd always shoot on my brother.
Okay, it's a good little story. I like that. Under 2 to go in the period. RPI needs something here. Kind of fire him up. Looks like that fight, even though it's not allowed, actually helped out Union. There's a quick shot, and Hansen makes a save there on Zeke, looking for his second of the game. Morton back for Union. Tied up by Babichuk. Zeke pulls it out of his skates. Big hit there. I think Burgess goes down in a heap. Loose in the slot. Picked up Gornell. Ahead for Burgess. Looks to be okay. 42 seconds to go in the period. RPI down by 1. Nick, when do you look at the clock? Is it just kind of every once in a while? Are you getting reminders of the time from a coach? What's going on in the final minute of the period?
Yeah, if you're about to go on the ice, you usually know how much time's left. But when you're on the ice, you kind of just listen for someone from the bench to, say 20 seconds, 10 seconds, just count down. But when you're out there, yeah, you're not really looking up at the clock to see what's going on.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you have time. Or to look up that high, something like that.
Take you out of the
All right, that'll do it for the second period. Thanks to Nick for jumping in the hot seat there. As through 2 periods, it is 4-3 Union. RPI is going to need a comeback here if they want to pick up the win in this one. And we'll throw it to the pep band as RPI is down a goal. Again, awesome stuff from the pep band, the alma mater, getting the crowd into it. They're fired up. You know, in the third period, RPI down 1 at the Houston Fieldhouse here. Not always a bad spot to be if you're an engineer, as we can get this thing going. Once again here, RPI down. Shots are 31-26 Union. Faceoffs 18-17 RPI. Penalty kill's been the problem in this one. 2 for 3 on the man advantage is Union. RPI just 0 for 1 on their lone power play chance. We have Coach Smith coming up in this third period. With we still got Jake here. We still got Nick. Those guys can help us try to tie this things up on the ice. Coach Smith here in the booth with me, the virtual booth. And Dave, what do we got to do here in the third period?
Well, we got to get more aggressive. I thought we were playing keep away, but not attack the net. Our passing was fine, but Union took everything to the net, created some offense, and drew some penalties.
You heard it right there from the coach. Parker threw ahead for Zach Rinaldi into the zone, back door. Nice stop by Lindo there. Seeger had a goal in that second period. Good stretch pass here across to Gornell. Now Zeke back to Gornell, flips a shot, save, and that one's Burgess, and it's stoned by Hansen there. Good bit of offense from the top line there, Coach.
Oh, we took the puck to the net. I mean, it's about offense. You get the defense turning, you get in that attack mode, and all of a sudden good things, more good things happen.
Face-off win. Riley, a shot in the glove, saved by Darian Hansen's going to throw it out in the circle like you probably wouldn't see. Now Gornell across for Burgess. He scores! Tie game. Burgess on the rebound.
A real big mistake by the goalie throwing the puck into the slot. But hey, we were there to capitalize on it. It's a big goal. His hands went crazy.
4-4 game. Just what the doctor ordered. Todd Burgess with a big goal. He had a number of big goals that 1920 season. This one just as big because it ties things up. I think he scored in the shootout. Or am I going crazy here? You guys remember that, Jake? Or did Burgess have he had a shootout goal, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did. They're nodding their head.
They're nodding their head. Yeah, I see them. I do see them. Yep.
Okay.
That was it.
Lyndon Marshall has been the best player in this game for us. Union takes every puck to the net, and Lyndon, it doesn't look like him other than his gear and his name, but he looks good.
Face off here to Marshall's left. Polino's out there with Tour Linden. He's worked up the boards. Here's Brady Ferner. Zach Dubinsky into the circle. Takes a hit from Estes. Gets it back behind the net. There's a scrum there. Estes pulls it away. 4-4 game. Third period is just a couple minutes old. I'm here with RPI head coach Dave Smith. Another save by Marshall. He'll get a whistle here. So you've just tied things up. What's the talk between you and your fellow coaches, Dave, but also with the team here?
At this point in the game, we're sharing maybe some big observations. It's a tie game. Who's playing well? Who maybe needs to play a little bit less? Is Union doing anything different at this point of the game? As you get closer to the game and the score's tied, certain coaches have tendencies to shy away from certain players. So we would try and capitalize on a matchup with our home game and see if they shorten their bench earlier than we might.
Okay. There's a steal here by Morello. Morello on the breakaway. He shoots, and it's turned away by Hansen. Oh, a big chance there, Jake. What were you thinking on that breakaway? It looked like he went to your backhand there. Or your forehand, looks like.
Yeah, man. Really could have used that one. That was a great A.
And a shot there from the slot can be held on to. Good chance there for the Engineers, and Morello with that breakaway opportunity. I think we're going to see another look at it. Yeah.
Jake, you want to give us a play-by-play?
A little backhand forehand there.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little bit of room. Thought I had him, but it was a big save from Hansen.
Is there anything better, Jake, than scoring at the Houston Fieldhouse? You scored a number of big goals there, but just like, especially at I guess it doesn't matter which end of the ice. I'm just picturing some at the what should be the west end of the ice who scored some big goals that way.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, the crowd, everything, the horn, it's special. It's a great place, and especially on a packed Friday or Saturday night, no better place to score. So.
And we got folks dropping the gloves again here. And Dave, did you ever get a chance to? Did you ever fight, Dave, in your hockey playing days?
I defended myself a lot, no matter what Nick Bowman's nodding his head. But, I had, in my era, they counted 10-minute misconducts in your penalty minute total, but I thought my stick sometimes was more for a weapon than it was a tool to score goals. But sometimes these things happen. Chase Zeke and Corey Babachek, two of our more likely fighters going out of here.
Well, Anhorn just rocked Mike Gornall, and then Zeke stepped in. So that seemed like it could go the other way. I think where Mike would step in if someone else got hurt. But
Zeke took one under the eye, it looked like.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Zeke's a little banged up there.
He knocked that guy down. The only thing he was missing was the discount double check belt that Aaron Rodgers has.
I bet Zeke would have done that if he won a fight. That's for sure. So trying to give the boys some juice here.
Yeah, absolutely. The one question I wondered about Jake, and we heard it from Nick. Jake, you scored our last goal of the season last year at Dartmouth. You pulled that out in a video clip as one of your coaching duties with us. But what's the biggest goal of your career that you would identify?
I would say Army at the Houston Fieldhouse my junior year. That was probably the biggest goal of my career. Overtime.
And one of the fun things that led to, I think that was our first family night. The parents could spend the whole day with us and do everything, and they all piled into the locker room after. And I think Jake, and I hope your mom wouldn't be offended, but she was leading the charge with the dancing mums that night.
Sure she was.
Yes, in the locker room with the guys. It was one of the best celebrations after. Only followed up the next year with another big overtime goal and another celebration in the locker room. That's a great memory you brought up.
That game didn't look like the Engineers going to win it with a couple minutes left. In fact, tied it up late, and then who had the tying goal? Because I know Morello, you obviously had the game winner. Do you remember who had the tying? Yeah, Brady Whiffen. You're right. It was Whiff had a number of those type of goals, right? He had the Quinnipiac. I think he had a big one where we needed a goal and he tied it. It was Whiffen who tied that game. We're a tie game here, 4-4, 12:26 to go in the third period. DeGrande loses it in the zone. Ryan across for Brierly. Robertson still loose there. Easy stop in the end for Marshall. Hold on here. Coach Dave Smith with us here along with Nick Bowman and Jake Morello here. 4-4 game. So, Dave, I'm not asking you to give away trade secrets here, but is shortening or lengthening the bench, is that a feel thing, or do you have markers in the time left in the period? I'm not going to make you give me specifics, but
I think it's a bit of everything. It's a bit of feel. It's trying to observe. We use the eye in the sky, which would be another coach up top who has a different perspective. Who's playing well? Who's feeling good? And we often talk that all of hockey and coach-player relationships is a deposit and withdrawal system. So those guys that you trust more have made more deposits, good plays under pressure. And for young players, it's often hard to get to that point where the coach trusts me in a key situation. So as we got really good last year, we as coaches trusted more and more players to just make the right play, not only to keep them out of our zone, but to win games. And that's where Jake, being on the ice to get an overtime goal says right away, he's trusted by the coaches. So there's a lot of factors that go into it, but trust is probably the biggest one.
Icing call here on Union. Was any of that, obviously part of it was all over the ice, but was part of that you guys were so young on D that you were able to trust those D-men, the Babachucks and the Cleves and the guys who stepped up towards the end of the year? Was it trust in those guys, especially in the blue line?
Well, after the first half of the year's over, the guys have systems and they just need to repeat excellence over and over. And because we were so young in the back end, it took a little while for those guys to earn their opportunities, for us to grant those earned opportunities. And, part of what we do is to lift up all of our players, and we try it with everybody. And again, Coach Weber, Coach Mosier, Matthias Lang, our whole staff, the better we can lift these guys up, the more you see goals like that, right? You see Patty Polino get the go-ahead goal there, and it's hard to do that for a roster of 29 guys, but that's what we try to do.
Well, Tour Linden, guys, finds himself involved again. It's Polino with a go-ahead goal from Linden and Dubinsky, as guys like Tour Linden his freshman year, Coach obviously helped you in a number of ways, but he really picked it up on the offensive end, and I think more than doubled his point production second time around. Yeah,
Tour Linden led our team in scoring last year in the ECAC play, and we always see different markers. Christmas time, their freshman year, and they come back as sophomores, and then their junior, senior year, they generally have really found what they can be. And Zach Dubinsky's another one. He's right now in the USHL playing for Omaha, and he's got 17 points in his last 10 games. And, you really start to see him come along, and it is great for us to see, and sometimes we have to step back and watch it. Sometimes we have to watch it on EA Sports to acknowledge it. But it is great to see guys like Tour continue to develop and progress and keep getting better.
We'll see if we can add this to his progression here in real life here, Dave. But 5-4 is the RPI lead. We're getting under 8 minutes to go.
A little chippy.
A little chippy there, and everything you'd expect from a Mayor's Cup game. A little backdoor feed there as it just came off the stick. A little went wide. Union trying to break out of their own end here, but 7 minutes left. What are your thoughts on pulling your goalie, Dave? And I know there's some studies that have been done that obviously teams are doing it earlier and earlier, not with 7 minutes left, but maybe in a do or die like NCAA tournament game or a situation like that. Are there situations where it makes sense to pull the goalie earlier rather than later?
Yeah, it does. I mean, you may be up. It might be a 5-on-3 down 2 or 3 goals, and it doesn't matter the time of the game. You just have to have a strategy. You have to be willing to give up a goal. You don't want to, and with twice as many players, a 6-on-3. And we saw way back, I think 01, North Dakota did it in the national championship. Pulled their goal in the second period to go on a 6-on-3. So generally, rule of thumb used to be down by 1, pull your goalie at the minute. Now I think it's down by 1, start pulling your goalie around the 2-minute mark, or even more aggressive for some.
Well, now Union's going to have a power play here as Anovile Lepinen is going to take an offensive zone penalty here. You don't like to see that, especially this late in the game. It's a slash on Anovile, in this Union power play, which has been so successful.
Well, my wife yelled again. I heard it. I heard her yell, but she's right. I mean, the power plays, I think, are 4-1 for the Greenville Dutchman.
She's absolutely right on that. Well, Ashbrook with a steal shorthanded, and he gets dropped. And
it's a big kill right now. 6 minutes left in the game, up a goal.
Good poke check there, but it comes loose anyway. And the shot comes in from Seeger. Turned away. Another shot. Adams trying to jam it home. Another save. Thrown across, and a save by Marshall. Tied up by Hallbauer. Rinaldi around the net. They're swarming the Engineers' cage right now, and no one wants to set themselves in front of the net. Knowing another injury here. Oh no. Now Ashbrook is out. He got decked there. So you're down a forward and a defenseman. You're still killing a penalty. Dubinsky's helping him to the locker room, so he can't take this draw.
And a little shout out to Austin Jones there, who's getting some.
Oh yeah, that was Austin. You're right. Austin was helping him. He's had a lot of work to do today with the 2 guys back in the locker room there.
Yeah, this is where Justin Markley's he earns his keep as well as our strength coach, making sure guys are fit, able to log the extra time.
Kill has another 30 seconds left on it. Parker Fu into the zone. And Horn a drive and a save by Marshall. Tie up in the corner.
What happens here is because they're killing a penalty, and they score, but we get very passive, right? You're just trying to not lose. And you're way better when they're on the offensive. Now we're down to a 5-minute game. You play for 55 minutes, and 5 minutes will decide it. Let's give it our best.
Chaz Mesrud will score this goal here for Union. It's 5-5. Not a lot of room there to fit that one in, but as it stands, a 5-5 game. That'll be a third power play goal in this game. So something you guys were able to correct. Not so much correct last year, but you're able to, you had a lot of success special teams wise, Coach Smith.
Yeah, we set a goal at the beginning of the year. One of the biggest differences from where we were in the standings year before to get into the top 4 was we had to be better than an 84% penalty kill. We set that as a goal. Coach Mosier ran our penalty kill. I think the message was crisp and clear all season and consistent. And the guys really sacrificed. The guys really sacrificed to make a difference, and you saw what it did in the standings.
Yep, Engineers able to get that home ice before everything went really tragically wrong all over the world. But Union looked like they picked up another power play off that. Susan could not be happy with that. Yeah, I believe we are, and I'm not one to usually go after the officials like this, but this is a little bit crazy here, especially on home ice. We don't like to see that. But anyway, 45 seconds. You got to kill this off, and you got about a minute and a half left of regulation time. We could be seeing overtime here.
Well, again, and people need to know that we don't know the outcome of this game, but if I was sitting in the stands, I'd be putting money on Jake Morello. And Jake, I just gave you a little tap on the back and said, Jake, this is your time.
Okay, I like that. Here's Morello on the puck now. He's being pinned up by Fu in the corner. 2 seconds and 1. Power play's over, and they just give up a goal. Oh, goodness. 6-5, and now we're going to see...
Not a good turnover from me there.
Yeah, way to go, Jake.
Well,
That's not it.
The good news and bad news is this game doesn't count for anything, except for we had some fun. There's still time left on it, don't get me wrong.
We're not getting you wrong, Perry. There's a lot of time left, and we better find a way to get this even or better. Because the guys know what Monday practice is going to be like if we give up this. We had the lead. We worked hard to get the lead with 5 minutes left and give it up.
Yeah. No, you're definitely right. 1:47 left. We'll see when Digital Dave Smith pulls the goalie here. Dubinsky off for Klee. Here comes Tour Linden into the zone. Finally a chance to play 5-on-5 hockey. It seems like we've been down the entire period.
Sometimes we've got to overcome, more than the opponent in the other jersey. You've got to, your penalty kill's got to win it. Some nights your power play's got to win it. Some nights your goalie's got to win it. Tonight we got to find a way. We got to find a way to win the next, minute and a half or whatever's left. We got to find a way to get one.
Face-off win here for the Engineers in their own zone. Ferner off for DeGrande. Now Morello. Cross-ice feed finds Bowman. He gets hit. He gets flattened at the blue line.
Oh, Bo.
Good job.
Don't count him out. He's back, though. Look at.
He's back. He's back up. You're right. 46 to go. Fu. Blown away by DeGrande. Here's Klee leading the rush. Off comes Marshall. Here's Morello to the net. Shot and a save. All the way back to the point. Bowman. Wrist shot coming. That one hit the post, I think. Oh my, 27 to go. Big hit in the corner. There's a pile up. Bowman stuck his nose in there. In front, Morello. DeGrande. 19 to go. Oh no. Oh no. Parker Fu missed the net. One more rush for the Engineers. DeGrande. Bowman. Oh, a shot broken up. 4 to go. Bowman again. And it's going to be to the point. A shot and a save, and that will do it. Oh, goodness.
Oh,
hands on heads.
Man.
Hands on heads. Good effort, Nick.
Could have buried there a couple times.
He hit the post. I'm more disappointed in the creators of our game. I mean, we're trying to get to feel good. We created a loss. So disappointing.
Hey.
So disappointing.
We had to show up. We had our chances.
Yeah, we took too many penalties tonight. We'll watch the video and we'll bring it back. But we had a 1-goal lead late in the game.
Yeah, something else. So Nick Bowman, Jake Morello, we had you on the ice at the end, and I think that's all we can ask for. is getting you guys a chance to get that tying goal. Before we get out of here, let's get to some. Union had 48 shots too. You gotta limit that as well. But before we get out of here, of course we're gonna get to the pep band and have them close out the night. But before that, we want to get some final thoughts here. We'll start from the top of our program. We had Jake Morello, grad assistant. Unfortunately, didn't get a chance to see him do any coaching on the ice this year. But Jake, obviously a local guy. Any final thoughts here? Not just from this game, but from the time we had here tonight. A lot of fun just to kind of talk hockey and watch some fake hockey here.
Yeah, definitely. It was great to do this, just like you mentioned, watch hockey, joke around. It was good. It felt good. That breakaway in the second period is probably going to haunt me for a little bit tonight, but it was great to be here.
Awesome, Jake. And Nick, you got some late ice time there. Get a chance to tie things up. You had a chance to score as well. Weren't able to get the job done, but that's just more work for you to do in the off season here as we get ready for the fall.
Yep, that's the motivation right there. Will push me to be better next year, and when we do this a year from now, hopefully I'm scoring in that.
Absolutely. And Jeopardy champion Nick Bowman, thanks for once again being on the program. Dave Smith, coach, weren't able to come away with the digital win today, but team showed some heart. Obviously the PK, something for you to work on digitally, but other than that, it was an exciting game through and through.
It's been so much fun. We've had such a challenging year to do this. This has been fun. I've been looking forward to this game. I know Jake and Nick have, and to get hear your voice calling the game, and to get, I'm sweating. I don't even play video games. I'm sitting here sweating, and it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Let's go to the pep band here. We're not going to hear "Hey Baby" tonight, but that'll be something to hear up and coming this fall, I'm sure, because we love to hear from them and for the end of this one. So let's throw it to the pep band.